today we are going to discuss how to multiply a fraction by a fraction, right? It means that we are going to multiply a fraction with another fraction, right? So what we are going to do for that, we are using the same method that we discussed earlier, right? Multiplying a fraction by another fraction, right? So under this topic, I'm going to discuss three examples, right? So that three examples will be taken from this exercise. So I'm going to discuss the uh, first one from the part A, then the sixth one from the part A, and the last question from the part B, right? So the first one is 1 over 2 into 1 over 4, right? Example number 1. 1 over 2 into 1 over 4, right? Here, what we are going to do, if we want to multiply, right? If we want to multiply a fraction with a fraction, then what we are going to consider, whether we have common factors, right? Common factors with numerators and denominators, right? We are not considering in this way. We are only considering common factors if these two have common factors or these two have common factors, right? It's like the direction like this, x, right? So if these two have common factors, we can cut it out, right? If these two have common factors, we can cut it out. But here, as you can see, there are no any common factors rather than 1, right? If I consider these two, there is only the only common factor we can have is 1. If I consider these two, the only common factor that I can have is 1. So no need of cutting common factor as 1. Then what I'm going to do, if there are no more common factors, then I can multiply the numerator with the numerator, right? 1 into 1, 1 into 1, 1, right? 2 into 4, then it will become as 8, right? So after multiplying, you can see that we can't simplify it furthermore. If we can simplify it furthermore, that means that there were some factors that we have to cut, but we didn't cut, right? So if you have a fraction like this, which we can't simplify furthermore, then you have done it in the correct way. But if you have a fraction which can be simplified furthermore, then it means that you have missed something to be cut out from the numerators and the denominators. That's the thing. So this is the first example, right? So I think you could understand it easily. Then the second one I'm going to discuss, 5 over 12 into 4 over 7. 5 over 12 into 4 over 7, right? So here you can see that if I consider these two, if I consider 5 and 7, there are no common factors. But if I consider 4 and 12, the highest common factor with these two numbers are what? 4. Then if I cut 4, it means I'm going to divide these two numbers by 4. So it means, right, for here, there is only 1 4, right? For 12, there are 3 4s, right? So I can't simplify it furthermore, as we have 1 and 3 and 5 and 7. So then what I'm going to do, now I'm going to multiply 5 into 1, 5, 3 into 7, 21. So I have done it in the correct way because I have got a fraction which can't be simplified furthermore. So this is the answer, right? Last one, the last example here, as you can see, there are 3 fractions, right? So the way of doing that is here, for these 3, I can cut these 3 also because they are in the direction of denominator and the numerator, right? So in something called the x direction, right? It's x direction. So for this one, 1, for this one, 1, right? So what about these two? I can cut these two. 5 for 5, there is only 1 5. For 10, there are 2 5. Here 1 2 4, right? So now I can multiply with each number when I consider the numerators and the denominators. 1 into 1 1, 1 into 1 again 1, 1 into 4 4, 4 into 2 8, 1 over 8 is the answer, right? So it's very simple, right? Even if you receive a question like this having 3 fractions, just cut it in the normal way that I called it as the x direction method, right? That's the way of doing, which means multiplying fractions by another fractions, right? So I think you have got that one. Then we will consider multiplying a fraction with a mixed fraction, right? It's about 13.3, right? If we are going to multiply a fraction with a mixed fraction, the same method that we discussed earlier should be applied. But more than that, we have to do something more to reach that answer. The way of doing this one is 2 over 3. Then we have to convert this mixed fraction into an improper fraction. 3 into 1 3 plus 1 4, 4 over 3, right? So as you can see, there are no common factors. These two, there are no common factors. In these two, there are no common factors. So 8 over 9 is the answer, right? It's very easy, right? So if they had any common factors, what you should do, you have to cut it in the way that I told you earlier in these 3 examples, right? Example number 5, 3 over 4 into 2 over 5 into 1 into 6 6, 6 plus 1 7, 7 over 6, right? Then the answer is, we can consider 3 1, there are 2 3s, right? 1 2 2s. So for these two, we can't have any common factor other than 1. So 1 into 1 1, 1 into 7 7, 2 into 5 10, 10 into 2 20. So this is the final answer, right? I think now you could easily understand the way of multiplying fractions with mixed fraction as well as with another fraction, right? Now Ali reads a certain book for 3 or 4 hours each day. She finishes reading the book in 7 days. Find in hours the time she took to finish the book. For one day, she is reading 3 over 4 hours, right? So there are 7 days, which means the total hours can be obtained by 7 into 1 3 over 4. Then it will become as 7 into 4 into 1 4 plus 3 7 4, right? So if it is a whole number, I ask you to do what? So you can take always the denominator as 1, right? So 1 into 4 4, 7 into 7 49, right? So this is an improper fraction. We have to convert into a mixed fraction. Then it will become as 49 divided by 4 1 4 0 9 for 9, it's 2 8 1. So 12 1 over 4 is the answer, right? The total hours are 12 1 over 4, right?